A healthy diet makes a huge impact on one's life and the transformation process in being the best you that you can be. However, participating in fitness is another way to become a better version of yourself. Fitness is not about having the biggest biceps or having the most likes on your fitness page. Fitness is about being the best version of yourself that you can be. Fitness is another outlet that we can utilize that will allow one to become the person that they always wish they could be. The way I like to look at fitness is a transformation from within. You have to withhold images in your mind of what you want your body to look like. Then you must act on these thoughts day in and day out to make that reality outside of yourself come true. The internal self must shape the external. Once you can master this mindset, you will be able to mold yourself into the person you always wanted to be. Just as our thoughts and diets affect our brain chemistry, so does participating in fitness. The benefits of physical exercise have a direct correlation to positive effects on brain chemistry and function, from molecular to developmental. We know that our thoughts can help form new neural pathways in the brain. The same thing happens with exercise. There have been multiple studies that show how exercise can increase growth in the brain, which will make it much easier for the brain to grow new neural connections. What we consume is important to our overall health. Food basically acts as a medicine. This means what we consume will give our bodies the information it needs to function properly. What we put into our bodies will also affect how we feel on a day-to-day basis. The average person's daily diet may not always be providing the essential information that it needs to function properly.
I used to be a very big sugar lover and eat a ton of donuts, like 20 donuts in one sitting. But my body would feel horrible afterwards. But hey, I work out so I can eat that kind of stuff. Right. Once I started changing and realizing that food is like a drug. So would I put drugs into my body? No. So why am I doing this with bad food? Why am I putting processed food into my mouth? Why am I putting all these extra chemicals and other stuff that's not really food into my body to fuel it? So once I started looking at it that way, I only want to eat clean food. But now I feel so much better. My body and my mind feel so much better. Just I feel clearer. I wouldn't change it now.
We live in a society that is built on convenience and always on the go. We sometimes are so busy that we forget about the most important thing, our health. It is much easier to go to a fast food chain and get a quick dollar burger than it is to shop and cook your own meals. However, most processed foods include chemically altered fats and sugars, which can be very hazardous to an individual's overall health.
Your health is so important, and so I've always wanted to improve that and work on that, and then it helped me transition into college, especially when you're surrounded by not very healthy food and alcohol and everything, and just realizing that the effects are so strong on what you eat and how it treats your body.
If we step back and take a conscious look at food as a medicine, it may change one's perspective forever. In order to transform, we must feel as though we can. If we are not putting the right food into our bodies, this will reflect negatively on the way we feel.
I've always believed in some sort of energy, and I just think that you can't just focus on one thing to be healthy. I mean, even people stress so much and have strenuous jobs and just wreak havoc sometimes on their bodies, and so I think you need to have mind, body, and soul all in it, and trying to like meditation and eating well, working out, and just trying to live more of a relaxed lifestyle while making a difference.
It is no secret that exercise is healthy for one's brain chemistry. When we begin to exercise, our heart rates will rise. Our brains recognize this change as stress. And when this happens, the brain will release endorphins and proteins, which are responsible for brain cell growth, mood regulation, and even learning capabilities. When we exercise, new neural pathways are actually created in the brain, much as the same way our thoughts create new neural pathways from positive thinking and affirmations. Overall, this will increase one's brain power.
We're meant to move. We're not meant to sit. We're not meant to be reading things from a computer. So the body wants to move. In our society today, we're moving less and less. If you look at the increases in diseases and health issues that we have today, I think we can specifically relate a lot of those to the fact that people are no longer moving. People are under tremendous stress. There's home stress, there's work stress, and these are all things that from a physiological standpoint, the body just does not understand.
The brain will also release the neurotransmitter serotonin, which boosts your mood and gives one an overall sense of vitality.
I was sleeping in an abandoned house in the middle of winter with a hypodermic needle in my pocket with no cap, and it was poking me in the hip. And there was a hole in the drywall, and there was fucking snow blowing in from outside on my face, and I couldn't feel my hip. And I was just like, I gotta do something with my life. I can't, you know, I wanted to die, but I wasn't dying, so I had to do something. And just the release that exercise gave me, just on a physical level, of a lot of the angst and anxiety and anger, of just releasing a lot of that pressure, and just, you know, releasing, you know, those endorphins and those chemicals in my brain to make me feel better. And then also it raised my confidence. You know, it made me happy about myself. I was taking care of myself. And there's something to be said in that, instead of killing myself slowly, which is what I was trying to do, and completely fine with that. And I was actually, you know, taking the time to invest in myself and in my future and my well-being. So it's all mind, you know, mind, body, spirit. It's all tied together. So if I take care of my body, and I sharpen my mind, and I live with a good moral compass, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, if I make decisions that I don't regret at the end of the day, I can look myself in the mirror, that's it. That's it. That's what life's about.
Today we're doing an interview with Carleen Billick. She originally came over here from England to go to school. She's a bodybuilder, and we're going to talk to her about, you know, her ups and downs and her battles with this transformation, you know, why she decided to do it. Hopefully she can talk to us and shed some light on personal transformation and bodybuilding. So this new transformation that you've been making, you're into bodybuilding. What started you in bodybuilding?
Originally, I was very overweight. I weighed 242 pounds. And at the time, I was happy. I was super happy with my family and just enjoying life. And I think then I started putting a little bit more weight on and had to buy new jeans. And then when I decided that I didn't want to be a size 20 pant anymore, I thought, you know what, I need to change something. So then I just started running and started losing lots of weight. And then, I don't know, I got into CrossFit, and I tried that, and I was pretty good at it, and I liked it, so I stuck with that. And now I like lifting weights.
Right. So the way you think is definitely, I think, an important thing, you know, setting goals for yourself and setting visions for yourself. You know, if you could have that internal idea of what you eventually want your body to look like, I think that you can accomplish those goals. And I've known you for quite some time now, and I've been able to watch you from a different perspective and see the things that you do and the structure that you build in your life to make your process. And I know a lot of that goes in with the way you think and the way you work out. When you're working out, when you're doing your workouts, what are you mainly thinking of?
I could just do a workout and go through the motions, but then am I really gaining anything from it? So I have to be in it and really push myself to think of what my goal is. I want to achieve, I want to do as well as I can and push myself as far as I can. So I have to give everything I can to that one workout.
Right. Do you have to do anything that you didn't do before, like any kind of prepping? Like you said, you're going to wear a bikini for the first time. You doing your poses and stuff in the mirror?
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Everyone thinks, oh, you just work out really hard and you eat clean. Posing takes so much time too, because you can have the best muscles. If you don't show them off the best way, then the judges don't get to see that, and therefore you don't get your points. Mm-hmm. So just posing, we've been practicing posing every single day.
That's a workout in itself.
Yeah, for 3 months. And just the first time I started posing, my back, because you have to have your certain back in a certain position, and just the pressure it puts on certain body parts hurts too. So
right. How cool is it to see your body transform over time? Is it exciting?
Yeah, like when you put your pants on the first time and they're a little looser, you're like, yes, and then, or you go to shave your legs and you have an actual hamstring definition, you're like, yes. I think everyone says, hey, I want to do that. I want to look like you, or I want to try that. But when you actually start, you're like, this is really hard.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to give up.
I think everybody should strive to be able to transform themselves at one point, and you got to a point in your life where you realized you needed to make a change.
It wasn't a healthy road that I was
Right.
going down.
Right. So you think if you did not make that choice, that simple choice to change, where do you think that you could have ended up? I mean, obviously it's hard to fathom, but
Yeah, I mean, even now, people look at me and they say, "There's no way you weigh 242 pounds." And yeah, there was a way, because I saw the scale, I saw my pants. I mean, at the time, I was happy.
right.
It wasn't until the fact that I went to changing rooms or went to the beach, and I was just like, "No, this isn't happy."
And you know you were more than that.
Yeah, this is not who I am or what I want to be. And I think people just get caught up with, hey, I want cheese on my fries, and I want that extra big piece of cake, and I liked all that food. It's made me a better person. Just I know what kind of food's out there and what you can eat and what you shouldn't eat, and that's also helped. And it's helped my family life too, because my kids aren't eating junk food, and they understand, they read labels, they know exactly what they need to be. Yes, they eat junk food every now and then,
Right.
but for the most part, they're healthy kids. But two, I just wanted to show Owen and Oscar too, you can set yourself a difficult task and work really hard and achieve it. And whether mummy wins or loses, I've done my best and I've given it everything I can. And I really want my kids to see that and see that it's hard work that pays off. Nothing's given to you in life.
We just wrapped up our interview with Carlene Billick, CrossFit trainer at St. Clair Fitness, and we talked to her a lot about personal transformation and how she uses her mind, her body, and her spirit to accomplish her goals. I feel like Carlene definitely embodies what Conscious Mind Wellness is about, which is the integration of fitness with spirituality and how to utilize both for the ultimate transformation in your life. And you can see with the energy that Carlene utilizes how she makes those transformations. In order to understand the transformation process, we must utilize energy through the mind, body, and spirit. One of my close friends, Nick Casca, recently wanted to make a change in his life.
My name is Nicholas Casca. Currently, I'm a financial advisor here in Pittsburgh. I would say that from a bird's eye view, I'm healthy. I think that there's a lot of habits and a lot of activities that I do more regularly that I should be cutting out of my life. I would like to be physically healthier. I don't work out as much as I should, and I don't eat the right way. Therefore, I'm looking for help and some assistance as to get me on the right track. The real reason that I'm interested in this is to become something greater than what I am today. I don't believe that I'm currently hitting my full potential, and I'm looking to break that barrier and become a better person.
Nick agreed to go through the process of understanding the mind, body, and spirit connection in order to transform his life. We're on our way to the gym. I'm gonna meet Nick there. We're gonna do a workout. We're gonna do a good workout. I'm gonna definitely make him work hard today. It was over the weekend of St. Patty's Day, so I think people were out partying, taking part in the festivities. So we're gonna definitely hit Nick a little bit hard today and see how hard we can push him.
Looking to get a great workout in today. Don't know what Justin has in store, but came with a positive attitude, and I'm looking for him to knock me down physically so that I leave here exhausted and spent the energy that I'm looking to exude to become that better person. I'm excited.
Each and every day, the hard work and the dedication that you're using as of right now, we're using it in the tool and an aid as in fitness. We're gonna see how hard work and dedication can really transform and really transfer someone's life. So you work as hard as you can, you reach your pinnacle, we reach the pinnacle, we go through it, and then we start changing up the workouts. That's it. We just change up the dynamic of it, because that's what life's like. Life changes up on you as quick as a workout can change up on you. So we'll see where you're at right now, man. Good work, good work.
I'm sore, I'm tired. I I've been working really hard. I've been changing my diet. I know through all this I'm getting better. I feel better. I'm starting to feel my energy levels rise, and I'm going to continue to work out hard. The one big part of this that I want to work into it is with Dave, and getting into that yoga groove, working on my core, working on my flexibility, and bringing my energies together through yoga and meditation. I'm excited to see what he has in store.
Welcome. Take a nice, comfortable seat. It can be cross-legged, it can be on your knees, whatever feels good. And let's close the eyes, sit up nice and tall. And then to start, we're just gonna draw the attention to our breath. So we're out here at the South Park Fairgrounds at the Oval. Gonna do a little bit of yoga with Justin and Nick. Probably my biggest passion, best part of fitness for me, but not just because of the physical aspect of it, just all the meditation that yoga involves, the focus inwards, the personal transformations. So anytime you do yoga, you always start with an intention or a purpose or a focus for that practice. You don't just go into it and just go through the motions. The postures that you go through have been around for thousands of years, and they have an energetic vibration to them, and those vibrations really serve a purpose, but you have to be willing to tune in and listen to them, and they're going to take on kind of different lessons for you and speak to you in different ways depending on what your intention is for the practice. And I really can't think of a better theme for a class than personal transformation for Nick and everything that he's been working through. So definitely excited to get to it, and yeah, we'll see you on the mat. So our theme today is going to be personal transformation or growth. So whatever theme, maybe a mantra you have that you'd like to repeat throughout the course of practice. Maybe you just like to continue thinking about observing and watching how you grow throughout this practice. It's really something to be said about forward folds. We're extremely vulnerable in them because we leave our entire backside open. But at the same time, this is the time, these forward folds, when we're most tuned into ourselves. There's no escaping facing our problems. Great poses for meditating, just to go inward, just to look at yourself through unbiased lenses and see what you really find. That can be really scary for a lot of people. But if you search with love, if you search with the idea that this is for growth and transformation back to your true self, you can only find good things. Yoga, I like to think of the breath as a mini birth and a mini death. We inhale to new life, take in new things. And so often we want to hold on to that. We're so scared to let go of what we have. But when we exhale completely, we get rid of all that stale air. We hold on to nothing. And we allow ourselves to metaphorically die. We know a new birth, a new life is coming with the next inhale. There is no need to hold on to anything. Take one last inhale. Mini death, let it all go. Don't hold on to anything. You don't need it. You're a new person. So many times we get here and our intention just goes right out the window. We go back to making the to-do list for the rest of the day. Those things will all take care of themselves in their own time. This is about being present, being here, and getting as much out of this pose as you do out of any other pose in yoga. Together, we'll take one more mini birth, one more mini death, and awaken to the new you. I always appreciate you being here with me. Mahalo, Malohia, and Namaste. Thanks, fellas.
When making a personal transformation, you have to be aware of everything going on, or you can be knocked off of your path much easier. This is why structure is so important during your journey. When you know that you want to change, it is beneficial to have a structured schedule. Work will take up much of your life and often stress you out. Having a schedule that you know you must stick to in order to change is essential for self-transformation. Structure a plan together, write it down, or even put it up on a whiteboard of what you want to accomplish throughout the day. When we use visuals for structure in our lives, it is much easier for us to accomplish our goals. Write down positive thoughts, write down your diet plan, write down your workouts, and write down powerful beliefs. When we structure our lives this way, we will be able to tangibly see what we want to do. When we see things, we tend to believe in them more, which will make it much easier for us to accomplish our goals and dreams.